Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for your student procession. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the academic procession.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. What? Just a slight chair problem at the front. Morning, everyone. My name is Gary Ellis. I'm the chair of New College Durham, and on behalf of the board, it gives me great pleasure to invite you to extend a warm welcome to this morning's ceremony. The ceremony this morning will include degree awardings for design, teaching, visual arts, education, and management, validated by Teesside University and New College Durham. I'd like to begin by introducing the Principal and Chief Executive of New College Durham, Mr. John Willison. On my right is Dr. Simon Goon, who's Managing Director, Business Durham. On his right is Dr. Kate Gillen, representing Teesside University. To the right is Mark Anderson, one of our Vice Principals at New College Durham. And behind me is Mo Dixon, also Vice Principal at New College Durham. We're delighted to see so many of you here today, former students, parents, friends, and staff of New College Durham. Many of you, I'm sure, will have made long journeys to be here with us this morning. And we are most happy that you've managed to be here to join our celebration. We had a previous celebration earlier on this morning, and I must admit, the volume of the celebration of the awards sort of seemed to go up. We started a little bit sedate, and then towards the end, it got a bit louder. So if you are prone to a little bit of shouting and hollering, can we have it evenly all the way through, please, particularly for the guys at the front? It's a bit unfair, this. May I now invite the Principal, Mr. John Wilson, to give his address.
Thank you, Gary. And can I just add my own welcome to everybody here this morning, especially if it's your first visit to the college. I tempt fate every time by saying it never rains on our graduation days, but we've got another 2 ceremonies yet today, so there might still be time, but hopefully it won't. Graduation is one of the most important dates in our college calendar. It's a milestone for the college, but I know it's also a milestone in the lives of our graduating students and the people at the back of you, their families. Because the success that we actually celebrate today isn't just the success of the college or the success of the students, it's the success of everybody in this hall today, and it's something we want you all to feel part of because you've all made a significant contribution. It's been another very successful year at the college. I'll say something specifically about the courses graduating in this ceremony in a moment, but across all of our higher education courses, the retention rates, that is people who stay the course, don't drop out, has been very high. 99% of our level 5 and level 6 students have actually seen it through to the end of the year and the end of their course. And even in the first year of our courses, there is a very, very low dropout rate, which I think shows something about the commitment of our students, but also the commitment of our staff to make sure that those with the ability, the ambition, the aspiration to get a high level qualification are given every opportunity and every encouragement to do so. The pass rates are equally high across the range of courses, and 94% of our graduates last year went on to what we call a positive destination, which is a job in their chosen profession or a course of high level study. So really very, very good performance data, which actually compares with the best universities in the country. This morning, students are going to walk across the stage to graduate in a range of disciplines. You can see them in the programme that you have. Just to pick out a few issues from them. On the Business and Management degree programme, which is a top-up degree, students having done a 2-year course before that, the pass rate for full-time students this year was 98%. And for part-time students, it was 100%, which are really quite remarkable statistics. 13% of our full-time business students got a first-class honours degree, but actually 58% of our part-time students achieved at that really very highest level. So again, really remarkable contributions. And part of that, I think, is because of the close links that we have, not just for this course, but across the range of courses with employers and professional bodies who help to make sure that what is taught and what is learned is actually relevant to the real world, relevant to career development, and relevant not just to making a difference in the lives of our students, but also a difference in the lives of the people with whom they come into contact. We also have a number of students going on to high-level study, onto master's courses, and a number of them are undertaking internships with those self-same employers. But our students do quite a lot of other things as well. I know that our BA design students have been involved in a range of projects, working with local creative and digital industries, or even maybe looking to set up their own business and embark on a freelance career. And that's something that we know is important, and something that we believe, when you hear from Simon a bit later on, we've worked in partnership with his organisation, Business Durham, to make sure that our students have got the opportunity to develop skills in innovation, in entrepreneurship, whatever course they take. And we've got high academic standards, but those high academic standards mean nothing if they're not practical and applicable. And I know one of our foundation visual arts students, Amy Welsh, is actually going to have an installation she's designed as part of the Durham Lumiere Festival in November. So along the top ranking set of artists, one of our students will actually be displaying her work. So lots and lots of things that keep our courses current, that keep our students together with their industrial partners. And again, in the ICT courses, really a lot of work which is at the forefront of business thinking and the forefront of business delivery. And if that wasn't enough, for a long time we've valued our international links across the higher education programmes in the college, and students from the courses you're going to see graduating today have worked across Europe with students from Italy, Belgium, Holland, Denmark, Poland, working with KLM, the Dutch main flight carrier, to work on a number of practical business projects and to make sure that when we actually work with business, we can deliver a real marketable and a real life outcome. So a lot of different things in our courses, a lot of variety on those courses, but there's also a lot of variety in our students. They come from a range of backgrounds. Some will come directly from school or another college course. Some will have studied in one of those partner colleges across Europe, and we're building on those relationships now. Some will have actually studied here at the college, either on another course of further education or progressing from a foundation degree or a higher national award to a degree programme. And there's that all-important group of students, those who decide to study part-time. I've already mentioned the high academic standards those students attain, but they have to balance work with family and all the other things that go on in a busy life with study. It can be even more challenging for many students when they return to study after a long break, or maybe after a school career that was less than sparkling. So a lot of our students are taking that challenge, taking that big risk, the risk of failure. But although they come from a number of backgrounds, they've got a number of things in common. All of them have risen to that challenge of high-level study, which these days represents not just an intellectual commitment, but also substantial financial commitment. More than that, all of our students have chosen to study in higher technical or professional subjects and disciplines. These require the student to understand not just the theoretical academic background, but also, just as important, how that knowledge can be applied to the real world, to real people, and to real life problems. So what you're going to see in our graduating students throughout the day is not just the future of businesses in County Durham, but the future of the professions and also the future of businesses that work across Europe and internationally. And our students go on from the college to work in a range of places, in a range of occupations. But just before I conclude, just a few words of thanks. I know these are going to be expressed in a much more elegant and erudite way than I can, but on behalf of the Board of Governors of College Durham, I'd just like to say a number of words of thanks. First of all, to Simon Goon, our guest, for making time in what, as you'll hear, is a very, very busy schedule. To the teaching and support staff of the college, who are sitting quietly and unusually well behaved at the front of the hall. Without their dedication, without their support, a lot of our students would find their courses much more difficult than they do. And those courses are difficult. To the families and friends at the back of the hall, I said at the start that the success that we're actually celebrating today is just as much yours as it is ours or our students. So thank you for the part that you played. It can be stressful having a student in the family, and many of us know that. And what they achieve couldn't be done without your support. But finally, also thank you to our graduating students. Many of you I know have been here for a number of years. Thank you for all that hard work to achieve those high academic standards. And thank you for sticking with it as those high levels of retention and achievement actually demonstrate. It isn't easy studying at high level, and it shouldn't be. because what you do should be challenging yourself in many ways, intellectually, academically, but also in the skills that you develop. So as you go out, either to a high-level course, or to a new job, or maybe to a promoted job if you're currently employed, you're the best advertisement the college could have. You've got a new status as holders of high-level qualifications, maybe letters after your name. So there's something else I'd actually ask you to do. You know what it's like to make that first step, to take that risk of doing something different, and to take that risk that you might not come off every time, and you might actually find something you find really difficult, maybe frightened of failing. You've actually made it. You've risen to that challenge and you've responded positively and you've achieved at a very high level. So what I'd ask you to do is, when you go out there into business and the professions, encourage other people to do the same. Encourage them to take that first step. Encourage them, if they don't have high-level qualifications, to see the benefit that can bring. Not just in promoted posts and higher salaries, but in the person that you actually become as a result of studying at a high level. Our region has one of the lowest participation rates in higher education in the country, but I think together we can start to address that. You've risen to the challenge of high level study, so as you speak to those friends and people at work, give them those words of encouragement. Encourage them to follow in your footsteps. Share your experience, including the difficult bits, and make sure they also share the sense of pride and satisfaction you're undoubtedly feeling today. Now, many of our students, we encourage you to keep in contact with us, and so we hear about all the things you're going to do in the future. And I look forward to hearing of those successes and the really great things that you're going to go on and achieve as you emerge as graduates from the college. So thank you for your efforts and good luck in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, John. If I now may invite Simon to present the awards to our graduates.
Dr. Simon Goon, I have the honour of presenting the graduates for the following awards. The Award of Foundation Degree Graphic Design. Jordan Gibson. Congratulations to Jordan, who's also been awarded the Student of the Year Award. The Award of Foundation Degree Supporting Learning and Teaching. Amy Barrett. Stephanie Ellaway. Fernanda McCormack. Faye Talbot. Carol White. The Award of Foundation Degree Visual Arts, Aidan Paul Donnelly. Rebecca McCoy. Gemma Wilson. The Award of Foundation Degree Web Design, Jordan Rowcloft, who's also been awarded the Student of the Year Award. Mitchell Stamp. The Award of BA Honours Design, Mark Allen. Phoebe Besford. Daniel Kane. Megan Alexandra Dodds. Katrina Graham. Thomas Hockaday. Flora Honson. Kaylee Loudon. Connor McCourt. Kieran Miller, who's also been awarded the Student of the Year Award. Sarah Jane Smith. Thomas Williamson. Laura Zwaka. Harris Shamoon. The award of BA Honours, Education and Training, Matthew Allen. Kendra Davis. Alana Gow. Emma Louise Guesmill. Tony Nicole Harrop. Charlotte Howe. Debbie Elsie Howie. Rebecca Judd. Stacey Killeen. Charlotte Rebecca Lockie. Julie Lawmore. Deborah Luff. Alex Marr. Lanisha Merriweather. Amy Rose Richardson. Leanne Robson. Susan Smales. Deborah Spate. Alicia Stevenson. Kirsty Thomas. Danielle Walton. The award of BA Honours Management Full-Time, Zubair Ahmed. Kelsey Bays. Charisse Brand. And congratulations to Michelle Brieger, who's also been awarded the Academic Achievement Award. Joshua Butterfield. Scott Christie. Bethany Dodgson. Olivia Dolchek. Alexander Philip Dowson. Julia Erlacher. Rebecca Fusco. Jordan Michael Gavin. Anna Heinrichs. Paula Innes. Anika Yen. Brianna James. Linda Matzler. Philip Mayerfeld. Hayat Naji. Victoria Pippin. Kelly Louise Purvis. Emma Kate Robson. Marie Robson. Alina Sherlkopf. Karina Shawling. Rebecca Sewell. David Sherrington. Christy Simpson. Olivia Smart. Maria Steinman-Luders. Anastasia Stick. Francesca Christina Elisa Tinti. Madeline Walton. Joanne Westgarth. Frances Kathleen Wigham. Roman Teasing. The award of BA Management Part-Time, Laura Marie Bartley. Michaela Broomfield. Jamie Coots. Danielle Garnett. Benjamin Gill. Sarah Louise Lee. Michelle Amy Maguire. Sandra McGurk. Sam Newton, whose scroll will be collected by her daughter Nicole Newton. Gemma Oliver. Jack Pearson. Sarah Parrott, who's also been awarded the Academic Achievement Award. The award of Certificate in Education, Amy Louise Dinsdale. Julia Rose Parker. The award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Education, Maxine Bennett. Kelly Jane Howe. Jill Kelly. Gillian Pace. Marie Stevenson. Dr. Simon Goon, that concludes the presentation of candidates for the award of foundation degrees, degrees and professional qualifications.
Thank you, Mo. Thanks, Simon. Ladies and gents, I'd like to introduce our principal speaker this morning. We've met Simon. Simon's presented the awards. Simon's currently Managing Director of Business Durham. For those of you who don't know, that's the economic development unit for County Durham, delivering the environment for business and economic growth in our county. Simon graduated with a PhD in organic chemistry. He's held several technical and commercial roles within the fine chemical and pharmaceutical industry, with Cambrex, Rhodia Pharma, and overseeing research and development, new product introduction, account management, and life cycle management of products sold to some names that you recognize as our blue chip international pharmaceutical companies. After a decade in the role, Simon became head of business investment at One North East, delivering North East England's inward investment, account management, key sector development strategies, and access to finance. Simon then left his role at One North East to form Keith Strengths Limited to provide strategic consultancy, helping organisations to develop, change and implement strategy. Simon holds a PhD and a BSc Honours in Chemistry. He's a chartered chemist, a member of the Royal Society of Chemistry, and is also a member of the Institute of Directors. I ask Simon to give his address.
Good morning, everybody, and it's great to see you all here. Firstly, can I just thank John and Gary and the team here at New College Durham for inviting me to be a part of this celebration today. And then secondly, I need to congratulate you all again on the achievement that you've made in getting to this point and the culmination as demonstrated here with your graduation. It's a fantastic celebration of your achievements, and it's very much a privilege for me to be able to celebrate with you today. And for many of you, this moment, whether it's the movement into your first job or a change in career or progression up the ladder, whatever that might be, this is the start of an adventure. And it's not going to be discovering some new people group in an undiscovered part of the world, or maybe exploring space, but it is going to be an adventure nonetheless, because learning, gaining skills and getting qualifications opens up so many new opportunities. It's often said that there are no careers for life anymore. And in fact, there are jobs that won't yet be known about as technology develops. So the foundations that you've started with today in graduating and getting to this point means that there's a whole host of jobs out there that are just waiting to fit you. So I, again, congratulate you and wish you all the best as you move on to your next job, challenge, and adventure. I've been asked to say a few things about my career and maybe some of the lessons that I've learned, often with the benefit of hindsight. So if you'll bear with me for a few moments, I'll do that now. So I guess my starting point was probably very similar to many people in this room. I came from a working class background. I lived in a council house, I had a younger sister and parents who valued education. And I actually was the first person in my family to go to university. One difference though is I had a big impediment. And the impediment means that I started talking like this. I had a Brummie accent coming from Birmingham and living in Solihull. So I came up to the northeast to do a degree. I asked for a pint of mild once and they offered me a pint of scotch, and I thought you guys could drink up here. I then realised it was bitter, but that's another story. So after A-levels, as I say, I came up to the northeast, and during my degree, I worked for GSK down in London for a year as part of a sandwich placement. And there I learned two lessons. One is about being inquisitive and investing time in others. I was running an experiment and the instrument wouldn't work, and I asked an old hand why, and he said it's because of that. And I said, how do you know? And he told me. And then as he was telling me, he took about 4 hours out of his day to just help me troubleshoot and fault find. A skill, and it is a skill that I still apply 30 years on, almost 30 years on. I then went back and did a PhD in chemistry, got married, and realised actually that research and me were not happy bedfellows. I realised that I need a purpose to what I need to do, and research was just too ambiguous, as important as it is. So that was a really long 3 years. I just had to knuckle down and grind out through the studies. And work's called work for a reason. Sometimes you just have to go through the tough times. But I don't need to tell you that, having got to where you have done today. The skills and experience that you acquire whilst getting a PhD or a degree or a HND or whatever other qualification are probably as important, if not more important, than the actual subject and the letters after your name. See, when I was doing a PhD, I worked on a program called UK Grad Course, which enables people to understand their transferable skills. And that took me from being a good chemist to an employable chemist. And it was so transformative about it. I became self-aware and had the wider skills that I had and understanding of those that I still tutor on those courses to date. So I ended up with a PhD in chemistry, but really disliked research. So what do I do now? Well, I spanned, but in the hard way, by writing letters and CVs, licking 200 stamps, with a tongue that was swollen for probably a week later, and sent those out to all of the chemical companies in the northeast and wider afield, and got a job working for Cambrex in Tees Valley, trading the seal sands chemicals. And after a couple of years, I ended up becoming an R&D manager and running the lab with far more experienced people working to me. And here I learned another lesson, which is the boss doesn't have to know everything. Having good people to work with you is hugely important. I learned so much from these people, not just about how to do chemistry in an industrial setting. Seal Sands was a really small company. It meant that I had lots of opportunities to try lots of different things, and I grabbed those with both hands. But then during my time there, at about 4-year period, I picked up that something that I've come to call the experience piggy bank. So when you start out in work or when you get a new job, you end up having money put into that experience piggy bank because your salary, but you also get experience and opportunities, new challenges. But there comes a point actually where the amount of credit changes because you're giving out more, you're giving out more experience and the skills that you have. And I recognised that perhaps I wasn't being remunerated enough for the value that I was giving to the organisation. So I decided to do something about that. So I spoke to the board, asked for more money, they said no. So I went and got another job, and that's when I started to really develop the opportunity to develop my business and commercial skills. So as Gary said, I went to be account manager for Rhodia Pharma Solutions, which was another chemical company. I managed big blue chips, GSK, Pfizer, Wrigley. I got to travel all over the world, America, and into Europe and Asia. I managed teams across multiple locations around the world, and really got to understand how to work with different people. Understood a lot about the process of business, whether that's pricing, selling, influencing. And after about 4 years, having traveled around the world, having had meetings with colleagues in France, where me speaking English with a French accent and them speaking French with an English accent, and hoping that the chemical process doesn't blow up, I got another job and went to work for One Northeast, the regional development agency. And there I was head of business investment and helped to drive the investment approach into Northeast England, working with loads of businesses. And again, I continued to get to travel the world, and a privilege it was to represent Northeast England with all those business communities. I also got to develop a number of teams and a number of people. And again, that's something else that I learned, that I really enjoyed, developing people and managing teams. And I was only able to do that because of the lessons that I'd learned to date, both formally as I was getting my degree and PhD, but also the experience of being at work. And having traveled around the world and met loads of businesses in the Northeast, I've met so many great people. One of the big values that I picked up and the big lessons there was networking. It's so important. And it's probably one of the best lessons that I've learned about how to network and the importance of it. Now here I could pause and tell you the story of the near miss of eating snake in South Korea, or the bizarre and surreal experience of a Genghis Khan themed restaurant in northern Japan, or why I have to now carry a compass whenever I travel because I nearly had said hello to the homeboys in a New Jersey suburb. But I won't, that's for another day. So having met so many people and seen so many entrepreneurs, I thought I could do this. So an opportunity arose for me to take voluntary redundancy, and I formed Key Strengths, a strategy consultancy. And here again, I learned another lesson, which is about listening to the marketplace. Because I wanted to do a consultancy in this area here, and all my potential customers said, that's great, but actually we want to give you work in this area over here. So a strategy consultancy it became. And I ended up with clients all over Europe. I had clients in America and India and Canada. I was working in London a lot, and I was never really at home. And it's different traveling in the UK compared to traveling overseas anyway, from my perspective. So I needed to just think about how life was going to be for the future. My kids were 13 and 15 at that point, about 4 years ago. And there'll be a theme you'll see about that 4 years. And at 13 and 15, I just wanted to be able to spend more time with them as they grow through that phase and become adults. And I didn't want to get to that point at 18 and 19 and think I don't have a relationship with them. So I decided to change things and put Key Strengths to bed, my consultancy, and became MD of Business Durham. And that's been a tremendous privilege to work with the businesses in Durham to help grow the economy, to develop further networks. And I could now spend ages telling you about the great technology companies at NetPark, or the digital companies, or the first digital bank down at Aston just down the road, or the great engineering and manufacturing companies, the blue chip names, as well as the smaller family-owned businesses. The fact that we make washing machines in Durham and nobody else in the UK makes washing machines. We could talk about the service sector and all of those opportunities. There are so many great businesses and great business people creating wealth and jobs in the county that there's a wealth of opportunity for all of you that have graduated today. So what now? Well, it's been 4 years, and every 4 years I seem to do something new, and at the end of this month I leave Business Durham and I'm going to help run a technology startup in artificial intelligence and setting up a Northeast office in Durham. So hopefully we'll be employing some of you in the future. How did I get to know about that job? That was networking. Again, a really important facet. So thank you for listening to me, and just to summarize again, some of the points hopefully that I've tried to illustrate. Firstly, I'd encourage you always to continue to learn, and higher level qualifications are so important. It's not just about the subject though, it's all the other skills that you gain that are of equal importance. And it's those skills, that experience, that employers are looking for. Learn as much as you can when you can. Take every opportunity by just being inquisitive. And through that, get to know yourself, know how you respond to different situations, how you come across in conversations, how you're perceived by people. Seek feedback and act accordingly. Reflect on your experience piggy bank. Sometimes there'll be more credits going in, and other times you'll feel like you're paying out more. Reflect on that and then do something about it. Work hard. I know you know that because you've done that. But recognize even in the next phases of your career that there are going to be lows as well as highs. Networking, networking, networking. I cannot underestimate the importance, or even overestimate the importance of networking. Be interested in others. And remember that every time you have a conversation or an interaction with somebody, you leave a trace. Why not commit to let that be a good trace? Recognize the skills and experience of others. You're going to work with people, and it's good to work in a team. You don't have to know everything, but you can invest time to help others grow. And just because you've got a degree or a HND or a HNC in the subject area, let this help define you but not limit you. I'm a chemist, a business person. I do finance and do technology. Finally, I just ask that you think about life beyond today. What is your legacy? I know I've built a strong network, and people have told me that I and my colleagues and the team at Business Durham have made a difference to the Northeast economy and businesses here in Durham, which is great. However, I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I'm a school governor, a friend to people, and a member of society. Hopefully that's my legacy, not just the job that defines me. So sometimes you have to be prepared to get the balance right. So even with the impediment of starting out speaking like this, it is possible to contribute to society and having a fulfilling career. So many, many, many congratulations again for your success today. And looking out, I can see that the future is in safe hands. And I should know because I've shaken them. And that's yours. So hopefully in the next 20 years or so, you can look back with the same fondness that I have of your career adventure, of the lessons that you've learned and the experiences you've had. Thanks again to John and Gary and the team here at New College Durham for giving me this privilege of speaking with you today, and all the very, very best for the future. Thank you.
Okay. That's great. Thanks, Sam. We will miss him as business term. You can tell from Sam's delivery today. He's a very enthusiastic. He's taken on a challenge in this area, and we will miss that drive that has been missing from our county and from our business environment for a while. So on behalf of New College and the wider business community, we wish him well in his new role. I think we can all guess how long he'll be in his new role for, and we might make a note to invite him back in 4 years' time and just find out what he's doing. It gives me pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to invite one of our students back up onto the stage. I would like to ask one of our BA Honours Management student, Michelle Brieger, who I think is going to propose a vote of thanks. Please, Michelle.
On behalf of all of us graduating here today, I would like to thank the college and the principal for enabling us to celebrate all our hard work and academic achievement at this ceremony. We are happy to be joined here by our family and friends to share in our success. For most of ours here graduating, the studies have been both challenging and rewarding. And I would like to express our appreciation to our tutors who have always been there to support us, especially when times have been hard. Their dedication to our success is much appreciated. I would like to say a very special thank you to our families as well. They have supported us as we have progressed here through our programs, and giving us encouragement and tolerating our anxieties as the next assignment grew closer and closer, and then the next and the next. Well, the good news is it's all over now. Your reward is, I hope, to have seen us here up on stage as graduating students. One of the unexpected bonuses of studying is the friendships you make. I'm sure these friendships will not end with graduation today, but will last into the future, providing us with hours of entertainment as we recall the good times when we were undergraduates. Finally, a big thank you to the college organizing today's graduation, enabling us to celebrate our academic achievements with our families, friends, and tutors. On behalf of all of us, may I wish the college and all its students every success in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Ladies and gentlemen, children, that concludes the formal part of this morning's ceremony. We would like you to join us over in the main hall, in the mall, if you would. I think we're serving some strawberries and cream and also some beverages. Lastly, could I just say thank you for joining us. We wish you a pleasant journey home. If you could just remain seated until the academic procession is finished. But thank you again for coming along today, and thank you to our musicians.